There are two kinds of people in the world. People who are into manga and anime and people who aren't even sure what that stuff is. So whether you know none of this and clicked on this video out of curiosity, or you're already an anime fan and just want to hear my thoughts on the movie, stick with me for the next couple of minutes and I'm going to tell you the top 3 things that you need to know about Ghost in the Shell. What it's all about, why you should care, and whether the movie is even worth seeing. Before we dive in, I'm working hard to grow this channel, so if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and share the link on social media or send it to a few friends. Alright, let's get started. So long story short, manga are basically Japanese comic books. And Japanimation, or anime for short, are TV shows and movies that are based on those comics. The more popular a manga series, the more likely it is to have an animated adaptation. And one of the most popular and critically acclaimed anime of all time is Ghost in the Shell. It tells the story of Major Motoko Kusanagi, a cyborg working for a counter-cyber terrorism organization, whose advanced cyber brain and fully cybernetic body makes her question whether she still even has a ghost or soul. You get it? Ghost in the Shell. The movie was so successful it spawned an entire media franchise and was hugely influential on people like the Matrix creators, the Wachowskis. So now you know what Ghost in the Shell is. The question is, why is this new movie something you should care about? I'm glad you asked. While other manga and anime have had live action adaptations made, Ghost in the Shell is arguably the first one that might actually be good. But here comes that firestorm. There's a debate raging in Hollywood right now about when roles that traditionally belong to Asian actors are recast as Caucasian actors. This practice has been nicknamed whitewashing, and it tends to piss people off. In my Iron Fist video, I talked a little bit about whitewashing in the recent Doctor Strange movie. And now, taking Major Kusanagi, a Japanese woman, the star of one of the most iconic anime ever, and casting her as a white actress has gotten tons of people livid. Now, on the flip side, a lot of anime fans, myself included, we want this to be good. And step number 1 to making a good movie is to cast great actors. And Scarlet Johansson is objectively a great choice for the lead role. Heck, even in Japan, most people seem supportive of Scarlet in the role. So with all of that out of the way, it's time to answer the big question. Is the movie any good? Drum roll, please. So bad. You would not know that I actually play music. Okay, so the good news is I liked this movie. I did. But that doesn't mean it's a great movie. It's important to note that this movie is an adaptation of the Ghost in the Shell mythology. Rather than following any storyline exactly, it borrows little bits and pieces from the various Ghost properties and weaves them together to create an original story. One that I think represents the core of what Ghost in the Shell is all about pretty well. My favorite thing about this film is just how enthralling and tangible the setting feels. They've perfectly realized the world of Ghost in the Shell. The visuals and special effects are, for the most part, fantastic. Although there was one scene at the end where I was kind of like, that looks like bad CGI. Did you guys like run out of money or something? The action and fight scenes are cool too, and perfectly recreate some of the most iconic scenes from the anime. The tone of the movie also feels very true to the Ghost in the Shell vibe, which is actually a plus and a minus, because honestly, the pacing of the story is pretty heavy and slow. It feels a little lifeless, but I personally didn't mind that because to me, that's Ghost in the Shell. Scarlet Jo, to no one's surprise, is rock solid in the lead role. Now, could that role have been filled by another actress, by an Asian actress? Who knows? But just for what they've done here, it totally works. But all the other characters in the film don't really have much life to them, and just end up adding to the soulless vibe of the film. And without giving any spoilers, the film actually tries to address the whole whitewashing thing, but in some ways might actually make it worse. Guys, bottom line, I liked this movie, but I've got no desire to see this again. Not when I can just watch the original anime. I'm gonna give the live action Ghost in the Shell movie a 6.5 out of 10. If you're into dark sci-fi films like Blade Runner, then you might dig this movie. But if you finish this review and you're curious about Ghost in the Shell, maybe just go watch the anime instead. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and send the link to some friends. Finally, be sure to have a look around my channel. There's a ton of stuff to check out and there's more on the way. Thanks again. I'm Gary Mitchell, and we'll see you next time. Stay cool, stay blessed, stay in touch.